State your business.
Welcome back, everybody.
We're a recruit.
More kindling for the pyre, eh? Well, go on then.
All right. The only thing you missed is I went and talked to Charles.
Did you forget, sir? My commission is with General Braddock. When I'm not attending to you, of course.
Okay. In 1754, John Pitcairn was a young captain in the British Marine Corps. He fought in the French and Indian Wars, but I can't find much about his postings. He's listed as being on the HMS Lancaster during the capture of Louisbourg. That's in Canada. Okay. No record of him being on the American side of the colonies, but seems he did some covert work as well. That would explain the lack of details. Pitcairn was promoted to major in 1771, and he gained a reputation for being well liked by his subordinates and praised by his enemies. That's a difficult trick to pull off. Maybe he has a lovely smile. Looking at his picture, probably not. But hey, you know, you never know. We're gonna go see him though and see what we think. Fast walk. Jeez, the English are everywhere. I don't really see them as being our enemies quite yet, though, I guess.
Your acts are treacherous. Give me one good reason I shouldn't kill you right now.
Oh.
Were you planning to announce yourself, or did you hope my men wouldn't notice your arrival?
If you'll allow me to explain.
Ho ho! By all means. I should like very much to hear this.
I have not deserted, sir. I am here under Commander Amherst's orders.
Show me a letter bearing his seal, and you might be spared the gallows.
I have no such thing. The nature of my work, sir.
It's the sort of thing best not put to paper.
Hatham.
General Braddock.
I suppose I shouldn't be surprised. Wolves often travel in packs.
Master Pitcairn won't be here for but a few weeks. I shall return him to his proper post once our work is finished.
The devil's work, no
Good
doubt.
save.
It's bad enough my superiors have insisted I grant you use of Charles. But they said nothing about this traitor. You'll not have him.
Edward, listen to reason.
Ooh, calling
We're
out
done
first name,
here.
huh?
See these gentlemen out.
Nice hat, dude. You gonna go garden in a little bit? That's all I could come up with. I'm sorry.
Well, that didn't go as I expected.
And to think I used to call him brother.
What now? They'll chase us off if we try and return.
We're done with this camp. As luck would have it, so are they.
Uh-oh.
Come along.
Time for shenanigans. Good times.
What are you planning?
To steal Master Pitcairn.
What?
You'll see. Now, when I give the signal, you're to distract Braddock's patrol and lure them into a dead end.
Okay. Well, we missed the Braddock prompt bubble. Limit detection time to 15 seconds. Okay, an Eagle Post. The Christ Church. This is known today as Old North Church because it's the oldest church in the north end of Boston. But up to 1776, it would have been known by its official name, Christ Church, named after Jesus Christ, a former celebrity carpenter. This is where, on the night of Paul Revere's riot, 2 signal lanterns appeared to warn rebels on the opposite shore that the British regulars were on their way to seize weapons. This signal was Paul Revere's idea, but contrary to popular belief, the lamps weren't a signal sent to Revere. They were meant to warn lookouts on the opposite shore in case Revere was captured. This church was a natural choice for a signal flame. It was the highest steeple in Boston and easily seen from the other side of the river. Even better, the church was Anglican. Oh, God. The congregation was full of wealthy loyalists who would suspect the church sexton, Robert Newman, a friend of Revere's, of sneaking into the church at night to send secret messages. Well, the British would, actually. They captured Newman a few days later and questioned him. He put on a terrific show and managed to convince him he was innocent, and then fled town, which didn't really back up the whole innocent thing very well at all.
The Gazette, the Boston Broadsheet.
Where shall we head next?
Perhaps down Marlborough.
No. Its residents are too content. Their homes are nice, their days untroubled.
What of Lynn or Ship Street?
Yes. Those fresh arrived are often soon in dire straits. They're more likely to seize upon an opportunity to fatten their purses and feed their young.
What the? Braddock, what are you doing, man? You're not a good guy anymore. Or maybe he never was. Pardon me.
Now!
There will be a meeting of the city's advocates this Friday sundown at... Oi! You thieves and scoundrels, one and all! Fie on you and your false war!
Oh, that's not a smart.
After him!
That is ballsy as hell. Holy crap. Warning restricted or follow lead to ambush Braddock. Lee is ballsy as hell.
Unhand him, Edward. You again.
Let us go. And John Pitcairn with us.
I will not have my authority challenged.
Nor I.
Put them all in chains.
Huh. Interesting.
Over here!
Oh. Prevent snitches from calling for reinforcements. I don't know where the snitches were, so whoops. Oops. Oops. Okay. There we go. Sorry, guys. Should have listened, though.
I stay my hand today because you were once my brother, and a better man than this. Or should our paths ever cross again, all debts will be forgotten. You're free now, John.
Traitor! Go on then. Join them on their fool's errand. And when you find yourself lying
I assume
broken
you've good reason for
beside
causing all this madness.
some dark
What is it you require of me?
I'll explain everything on the way.
Don't even give a crap what he's saying, huh? Alright, good times. Alright, new email received. Cool. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to full sync that. Replaying missions, we can use the DNA tracker. Once again, going to stay my hand. I would cut you all down easily. Alright, well. Okay. Well, let's continue on, huh? Do. We're assembling quite a little group here. It's pretty cool. I actually like that a little bit more than just going by myself.
If I may, I was curious about your past with Braddock. You two clearly have a history.
Edward was one of us upon a time, and I considered him a close friend. He was brave and bold in ways few men are. But everything changed at the siege of Bergen-op-Zoom. We had lost the fortress to the French, and were in the midst of egress. There was a skiff hidden at the port with which we planned to make our escape. As we drew near, a young man and his family came upon us, begging for safe passage. I consented. But Edward refused. The young man called him Craven then. So Edward killed him and all the rest. Even the children.
Okay, so he's not a good
To
guy.
this day, I don't know why. Was this the first time he'd struck out? Or had I simply never seen it before? Either way, things were never the same after that. We campaigned together a few more times, but each outing was more disturbing than the last. He killed. Enemy or ally, civilian or soldier, guilty or innocent. It mattered not. If he perceived one to be an obstacle, they died. He maintained that violence was a more efficient solution. It became his mantra. And it broke my heart.
I had no idea.
He hides it well, and intimidates into silence any who discover him. Those who persist have a tendency to find misfortune.
And we should stop him.
I suppose you're right. But I maintain a foolish hope that he might yet be saved and brought back round to reason. I know. It's a silly thing to believe that one so drenched in death might suddenly change.
I'm sorry to have brought this up. It was not my intent to sour you.
Nonsense. We are brothers now. There should be no secrets between us.
Well put, Ethan.
So, a question for you. Why medicine?
Kit.
I'm supposed to tell you I care for my fellow man, right? That I chose this path because it allows me to accomplish a greater good.
Yes.
Are these things not true?
Perhaps. But that's not what guided me, no. For me, it was a less abstract thing. I like money.
I like cameras. There we go.
There are other paths to fortune.
But what better ware to peddle than life? Nothing else is as precious nor so desperately craved. And no price is too great for the man or woman who fears an abrupt and permanent end.
Your words are cruel, Benjamin.
But true as well.
You took an oath to help people, did you not?
I abide the oath, which makes no mention of price. I merely require compensation. Fair compensation. For my services.
And if they lack the required funds?
Then there are others who will serve them. Does a baker grant free bread to a beggar? Does the tailor offer a dress to the woman who cannot afford to pay? No. Why should I?
You said it yourself. Nothing is more precious than life.
Indeed. All the more reason one should ensure they have the means to preserve it.
A little brutal, but let's see his point. Do we have any more? Trade Southgate. Here we go.
Gentlemen, I believe I found the solution to our problem. Or rather, Odysseus has.
How do you? Are you a new guy?
The Greek hero, you lobcock.
Allow me to explain. We enter Silas' fort, under the pretext of kinship. Once inside, we spring our trap,
Okay.
free the captives, and kill the slaver.
Dodgy. I like it.
Then, let us begin. First, we need to find ourselves a convoy.
I go wooden horse. That's my vote. Ooh, rain. Very pretty. Oh, close enough, I guess. Not a big fan of climbing.
Convoy should be here soon. We'll attack on my signal.
Understood, sir.
If we time this right, we can catch them all unawares.
The Boston Weekly Advertiser. Get it here.
Okay. Okay, cool. Checking all my items.
The hell is this?
Oops.
1,000 pardons, sirs. Seems we've had ourselves an unhappy little accident.
Get it sorted, and quickly.
Course, my lord. At once.
We ready? Guess so.
All of your life!
Gun is slow, gun is slow, gun is slow. Alright, screw this. Drop weapon. Drop down. Oh! Well, that was quick.
Charles, you and Williams serve as vanguard. Let no man reach us.
What about me?
You and John will follow from a distance and keep watch over us. I'll signal you when I have need of your services.
Jeez.
We're here to help you, along with those held inside Southgate Fort.
Free me.
Not until we're inside the gate. I can't chance an inspection of the gate going wrong. I'll see you safe. You have my word.
Interesting.
Do you know anything of Silas' operation? How many men we might expect? The nature of their defenses?
Alright, this is one of many wars in the long-standing British versus French rivalry, which you might call it a rivalry. Well, you might call it a rivalry. I'd call it a battle of wits with an unarmed country. This particular war being over who would come out as the biggest colonial power. Of course, it wasn't enough that the British and French fight one another, they convinced a number of other North American indigenous nations to join the conflict as well, hence the name French and Indian War. The war started in the colonies, but it spread to Europe, where it was known as the 7 Years' War. Before you pointed out, yes, I know the dates add up to more than 7 years. The conflict started in 1754, but war wasn't officially declared until 1756. But well done for spotting it, you mathlete. I bet you were popular at school. George Washington has the honor of starting the actual fighting under orders, of course. He was sent to create a fort in disputed territory. While he was doing that, he crossed paths with a French patrol. Washington attacked, the French retaliated, the British followed up by sending 2 full regiments of regulars to the fight, and so it began. The British fought a losing battle until about 1758, when they got a new prime minister, who decided funding the war was a priority, possibly because of the whole French thing. Maybe he ate a bad baguette once. With the added support, the British, along with their indigenous allies and the colonial militia, began to gain ground slowly but surely. Eventually, the French were driven out of almost all of their territory north of the Caribbean, something we in Britain celebrate with a special holiday called Every Day, All Year. So the British won, but they were left with huge war debts. They tried to pay these off with taxes levied from the colonists they defended from the French, who would have had them all eating onions and saying, "Oui, sir. Oui, sir. Non, sir," before you knew it. Wow, I am screwing up all kinds of dialogue and text today. The colonists objected, leading up to a series of protests, which were part of the unrest that led to the American Revolution. Talk about gratitude. I'm going to screw this up. Zuelos. Ah, God, I can't speak.
You must be rather important to him if you were given your own escort.
Sir, we've enemies ahead.
Officers are highly skilled enemies. They
No.
use advanced
Let
techniques and
Jonathan
combat
and Thomas
maneuvers.
take care of it.
As you wish.
Okay. Unfortunately, I didn't get all the time to read that. But
I wish you'd trust us. Though I suppose it's only natural for you to be wary. So be it.
people getting in position. nice.